What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Kyle Masters, as always, alone in the studio, gonna do the Raw review, an eventful Raw to say the least, getting closer and closer to the Royal Rumble, and this Raw coming off huge news announced last week by Vince McMahon himself, that the Royal Rumble match this year will be for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is crazy. Has been done since 92, but then by then it was just vacant. This time there is a title holder. But jumping right into Monday Night Raw tonight, hectic to say the least. I mean, everyone knew Brock Lesnar was going to be there. Just Raw was pretty much all over the place tonight, but it kind of made sense as to what the storyline is going to go into the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Going into the opening segment, we had Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon start off Raw. We had all the superstars up on the stage. Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon coming out, talking about how anyone can win the Royal Rumble, picking certain superstars out of the stage. They ended up picking New Day once, and thought it was pretty funny. The Wyatts kind of interrupted Vince McMahon a little bit. Didn't really strike fear into Vince, but I know their personas to strike fear into anybody, and they had their whole appear out of nowhere kind of entrance to scare Vince and pretty much say that they have a chance to win the Royal Rumble match, but it didn't look like it fazed McMahon whatsoever. And then soon after that, Roman Reigns interrupts Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and basically they're scared that Roman Reigns is going to beat up on Vince again, and it doesn't happen. Vince and Steph then announced that tonight there will be a 1 versus all match, and basically we announced that I kind of guessed it was going to be a gauntlet match, sort of. So I think that's what they were going for, something like that. I guess it was the first time ever calling it a 1 versus all match, using Roman Reigns' catchphrase. I guess that's pretty smart on Vince's part. Really creative there, bud. Anyways, basically Roman Reigns versus a third of the roster. We'll get into it later on in the main event when we have time to talk more about it. Vince then talks about that he could even face Dean Ambrose in this gauntlet match, but he says unfortunately Ambrose, his match is right now, and then Sheamus attacks him from behind on the stage, and that's basically goes into the first match. We have Sheamus versus Ambrose in the first match. It was a pretty decent match. It ended in a count out. It ended in a count out, the first match of the night. Really crazy spot happened, actually. Sheamus basically did a headbutt to the ring post, as Dean Ambrose was forcing his head into the ring post, but it didn't look like he hesitated a lot, and he smashed his head off the ring post, and it really busted him open right at the top of his head, right where that stupid freaking mohawk starts. And Sheamus was bleeding like crazy, like Ric Flair style. And then Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere and starts attacking Ambrose for the 100th time in the last couple of weeks. What else is new? But anyways, they start attacking each other, and it ends up like what's always happened. Owens on top, Ambrose getting his ass kicked. But no announce table broken this time, which is crazy because usually the announce table has been broken the first 5 minutes of the show the last couple weeks. But so no announce table broken. Good for the announce table to stay intact, I guess, for the opening segment and match of Raw. So yeah, the Owens and Ambrose feud. God, I need my coffee right now. Owens and Ambrose feud becoming very intense, and it looks like they're turn into the IC title match at the Royal Rumble. Well, let me just take a sip of coffee here. It's been a long night, guys. Anyways, going into a backstage segment after that, Vince and Steph talking with Paul Heyman as he arrives to the arena. Paul goes and suggests that the winner of the Royal Rumble should go on to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar, basically boosting up Brock Lesnar, and why not, man? He's the star. He's what draws people to watch, and Paul Heyman has a point there. But anyways, Vince McMahon doesn't like this idea. Obviously, when Paul and Vince are in the same room with each other, they're going to butt heads. Steph then suggests they go talk about it behind closed doors in the office, which means, what's going to come out of it. Brock's going to be in the Royal Rumble. But anyways, moving on to match number 2, we have Stardust versus Titus O'Neil. is this like feud of the century? Like, why do these guys always have the second spot on Monday Night Raw? And they're making this feud bigger than like this is just a feud so they can just put together because they have nothing else to do with these guys. They could have been on the social outcast if they couldn't figure out this feud, literally. Anyways, Stardust was paying tribute to the late David Bowie, as David Bowie did pass away yesterday, and it's a great deal to me because David Bowie was a big part of my life. I love David Bowie. All his music was the best, and everything he did. So rest in peace to David Bowie, and Stardust paying homage with the David Bowie face paint. It's a great time for, I guess, this feud to. I don't know if this is a continuation or an ending of the feud. Like I can't tell where this feud's even gonna go. Yeah, they started feuding with promos, and now it's developed into the matches. It was a really quick match, but it felt like a live event. Like it didn't. There was no like real feel to this feud that they're trying to build. Like Stardust attacked Titus after the match, and like I was able to throw him to the barricade as much as small as Stardust is. Like I just don't understand. Not sure what they're doing with this feud. Again, my guess is that it's just a put together feud to just do something until they figure out what to do with these two guys. Moving on then. Match number 3 of the night, we had the Usos versus the New Day. Y2J in the corner of the Usos. I completely just skipped over the Jericho highlight reel. Oh my God, I am ashamed of myself. I am sorry, guys. I just skipped that. We had the freaking highlight reel back on Monday Night Raw. How did I not talk about that? With an updated Jeritron. It is now called the Jeritron 6500. Oh, I missed the Jeritron 5000 when they used to make a big deal how HD it was. That was the best back in the day. And the set was better than it is now. Now it's just a stupid TV. But anyways, the Jeritron 6500 making its debut, I guess. Chris Jericho went on to saying he returned to save the WWE. Again, like what he always says. The New Day come out. Jericho tries to get the Rudy Tooty Booty chant to catch. It almost looks like they're really trying for this to catch. The crowd kind of buys into it, but the New Orleans crowd is really boring, and they sucked tonight. They really sucked. New Orleans, be ashamed of yourself. You guys were terrible. Anyways, then the Usos come out. It kind of ruined that already, but they ask for a match with the New Day. New Day kind of says, "We have 3, and we have you have 2." And then Jericho kind of says, like, it almost seems like Jericho says he's including himself in a match to do a 3-on-3 style. But then when we come back from commercial break, it's 2-on-2. Like, I seen a couple jokes on Twitter. It's like, oh, Jericho couldn't get it out of his skinny jeans, and they had to do a 2-on-2 match. That's like, because he wasn't even in wrestling attire. He was just in his like rock star attire. But anyways, we had the Usos versus the New Day. Y2J in the corner of the Usos, and Xavier Woods obviously in the corner of the New Day, the greatest hype man of all time. It was a pretty good match, I thought. A lot of good spots back and forth, and a lot of good wrestling back and forth as well. The Usos finally won against the New Day with help from Y2J, helping the distraction of Xavier Woods and breaking the trumpet in half with his knee. I thought it was pretty funny. So it looks like the Usos will have a future tag team title match, probably the Royal Rumble maybe, or in the future after that. Yeah, is there anyone else that's going to challenge New Day except the Usos? I mean, where'd the Dudleys go? I thought they came back to win the tag team title. I thought by TLC they would have already won the tag team titles by then. Where the hell did they even go? They feuded with the Wyatts and now they're just disappeared. Like, did they go with ECW and just kind of disappear for now until WrestleMania? Maybe that's what they're saving for. Maybe they're going to make the Dudleys win at WrestleMania. That'd be pretty cool. It'd have to be like a really big tag team match, like a 6-team table match or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see. But yeah, the Usos picking up the victory over New Day. Finally, I don't remember the last time the New Day lost. It's been a while. So good for the Usos, I guess. Then we had another backstage segment where Stephanie McMahon basically says to Paul that he's been trying to calm Vince down because he's been freaking out over the whole Brock Lesnar situation. He said Paul Heyman goes on and saying that Brock Lesnar will not participate in the Royal Rumble, and you can't do anything about it, basically. And basically what Stephanie says is that Vince owns the contract of Brock Lesnar, so he will have to compete, and he can go tell that to Brock Lesnar. So Paul Heyman says, yeah, I'll go relay the message. So kind of looks like what we thought is going to happen. So Brock Lesnar looks like he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. So we'll continue that later on in the show here. Moving on to the next match, we had all 4 members of the Wyatts come out, and I thought they were going to do a promo of some sorts, but it got quickly interrupted by the Social Outcasts. Yes, for all those of you that don't know, it's a new faction called the Social Outcasts, leadered by none other than Heath Slater. Yeah, great leader. Fantastic leader. Anyways, we got Heath Slater, Adam Rose, the Rosebud, Curtis Axel, better than perfect Curtis Axel, and just have to believe in Bo Dallas. Yep, believe in the Social Outcast. This, you know what? At first sight last week, I hated it. But they even got cool t-shirts this week. They had a cool Titantron, cool theme song. I think they have some potential. It's going to sound bad, but so far I'm liking them. I'm not 100% liking them, but I'm liking them. I think I'm at about 40 to 45% like right now. So I think there's some potential there. We'll see what WWE has in store for them. But apparently it was going to be the Wyatts versus the Social Outcasts. So all 4 members of the Wyatts. When's the last time you saw a match with all 4 members of the Wyatts actually wrestle? That's crazy. But I guess it doesn't happen. Not even 5 minutes into the match, Ryback comes out for some weird, stupid reason. And Ryback starts beating up on the Wyatts. Why the fuck was Ryback out here? And like they start, him and the Social Outcasts start beating up on the Wyatts like Royal Rumble style, like knocking people over the top rope, basically saying like, oh yeah, I can be the next World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, Ryback, you're not going to be World Heavyweight Champion of shit. You're going to be the World Heavyweight Champion of job. That's what you're going to be. You and the Social Outcast shitheads over here. My God. That was so bad. Like, wow. I don't even know what else to say about that. Moving on. I want to talk about something. After this, we had a backstage segment with Kalisto. He had a exceptional promo. I think Kalisto has a really, 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 really good chance to be something big in the WWE. He has got really good mic skills as far this promo went. It was really well done. He tried to go for the Eddie Guerrero pop, but it failed. Yeah, good job, New Orleans. Wait to acknowledge Eddie Guerrero, you dumb shitheads. It was quiet as hell when Kalisto mentioned Eddie Guerrero, and I know they could hear him. That was terrible. Way to go, New Orleans. Way to go. Anyways, Kalisto putting out a really good promo there for his United States title match against Del Rio, which we're getting into next. But good for Kalisto with some good promo skills and some good mic skills. No, we don't see a lot of that nowadays, but good for him. I see a lot of potential in Kalisto. I hope he goes far. Going into match number 5, Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto for the United States Championship. Before this match, I thought this was going to be a squash match. I thought Del Rio was just going to whip Kalisto a new one, and that was going to be the end of it. But I was wrong. This match ends up being really good. So Del Rio got on the mic before the match, talking about how he injured Cena, and like basically it was all Del Rio because Cena got hurt, and now he's missing WrestleMania, and he's going to do the same to Kalisto. Going into the match, crazy spots left and right, guys. Oh my God, this was such a good match. The first half was really is where he picked up, and then the second half started picking up some more. It was just so good. It was good wrestling. Basically was like watching Lucha Underground, which is funny because both of them are from there. But it was really good wrestling. I love it. I love the luchador and the Mexican wrestling, what talent they bring to WWE. It's amazing. That lucha style is always good. Near the end of the match, looks like Del Rio was going to pull off, I forget what movie he's starting to do, but he got reversed, and Kalisto hits like a roll-up Hurricane Rana kind of thing, and he wins. Kalisto freaking won. Are you kidding me? Kalisto won United States Championship on Raw against Alberto Del Rio. Wow. Are you kidding? I can't believe I seen that. That was nuts. If Raw was going for some ratings, that was it right there. Holy crap. Like, WWE really swerved us all. I'm still in shock. I can't believe Kalisto won the United States Championship match. Like, so good for Kalisto, though. Oh my God, such an exceptional talent, and to get the United States Championship on Raw is such a tremendous feat. Good for Kalisto. Well deserved. On a side note, though, what the hell does this make the League of Nations? This is literally just putting them into a bad faction mix. Like, you had Sheamus, the World Heavyweight Champion at one point, and you had Del Rio, the United States Champion at one point, and you could have had, like, Kevin Owens in there and Rusev, and you had all these powerhouses, and you got Barrett in there, too. So what the hell are the League of Nations now? There's no titles on anyone in the League of Nations. Should they even be a faction anymore? Like, they had that one Raw the other week where they just beating the shit out of people left and right all night. And now all of a sudden you just kind of forgot about that? Like, WWE is focusing way too much on this world title and not focusing on the little things that still make up a good show. You can have a good main event in a Raw, but you need to do good everywhere to make it a good full show. Or else don't make it fucking 3 hours. But yeah, they need to do something with the League of Nations quick, or else that's just going to be a waste of time. They put a lot of effort into it, and there's a lot of actually potential in that faction for it to be successful. So, moving on, we were going to have a Divas match between Brie and Charlotte, but before the match could even start, Becky Lynch arrives and literally kicks the shit out of Charlotte. Oh my God. Oh my God. Literally, there ended up not being a Divas match. Can I just get this off my chest first? What the hell? Divas Revolution? Hello? Not one Divas match tonight. What the fuck? How do you not have any Diva wrestle? How is Sasha Banks? How is Paige? How is anybody else being kept off right now and not wrestling? What the hell is going on? Where's the Divas Revolution? This is terrible. Oh my God, man. Like, I don't understand what they did here. I know they're trying to build the Becky and Charlotte feud more, but again, this is what they focus on one thing and forget about anything else to make it a good show. At one point after Becky Lynch left after beating the shit out of Charlotte, Ric Flair got on the mic, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know what happened after Ric Flair got on the mic. Literally, it's like there's a mini fridge that they were trying to hide from Ric Flair, and he found it. Literally, it was just like a bunch of... It honestly was like he was drunk. I don't know if he was drunk, but it's like he has a permanent slur now. But it was really embarrassing. I don't know what the hell was going on. He told the ref, called him a fat boy. He called Charles Robinson a fat boy. Charles Robinson is not fat. I don't know what the hell Ric Flair was saying, but it's just, I'm like, oh my God. I felt embarrassed on behalf of WWE. Like, that was really bad. Anyways, moving into the main event, guys, we had the 1 versus all match. Roman Reigns against All, and the All ended up being the Wyatt family, Kevin Owens, the New Day, the Ascension. Yep, you heard that right. The Ascension is in a match for once. One of the forgotten tag teams that have so much potential in NXT and then went to shit when he got called up. Stardust, Alberto Del Rio, and Sheamus. Those were the All. Kevin Owens basically started the match, and it looked like it was going to be actually a match until... A few moments into the match, everyone started getting up on the ring apron, and Vince McMahon told them to sick on Roman Reigns. And everyone started kicking the shit out of Roman Reigns, and everyone knew it was coming up next. Brock Lesnar's music hits. Here comes Lesnar rushing to the ring and kicking the shit out of everybody until he's left standing in the ring, face to face, stare down with Roman Reigns. And then F5. Roman Reigns gets F5'd. Oh boy. So either WWE is fucking with us and they're making Brock Lesnar look strong to make us think that he's going to win the Royal Rumble and he doesn't, or they're doing it to make him look strong and he does win the Royal Rumble and wins the title. I don't know what direction they could be going into, but that was the ending segment of Raw. I guess it ends in a no contest. No contest, I guess. Yeah, I guess we call it no contest. But Lesnar looks really good. I think he's got a lot of potential to go into the Rumble and win it. So apparently, reports are saying that there will be 20 confirmed superstars and then 10 surprise. So I'm guessing the surprise winners will be a mix of NXT and rumored superstars making debut. Apparently, there's some rumors for AJ Styles and Triple H to come back. So we'll have to see about that. But that was Raw tonight, guys. I think it was all right. Could have been good. We'll have to see what the go-home show for Royal Rumble next week has in store for us. And for SmackDown this week, because it sucked ass last week on its debut on the USA Network, and this week, I guess they're trying to make it better. They have announced that there's going to be a tables match on SmackDown for like the first time in 3 years. Ooh, oh my lord. And you got the Dudleys versus the Wyatts. That's probably going to be a terrible match. I guarantee you it's going to be a terrible match. I can't wait to see how bad SmackDown is this week. I know it sounds bad, but come on. They had the worst debut on USA Network I've ever seen. I really hope it improves, though. Like, I want SmackDown to be better. I hope the people at USA are like, hey, this was the debut episode of SmackDown. Okay, make it better or we're going to cut you guys. Literally. It's that bad. Anyways, guys, so look out for that SmackDown review this week. And then next week we're going to get, I'm going to try to get my two co-hosts in here too. We're going to get our Royal Rumble prediction video up too. And there's a lot of new things in store for No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast as we are going to debut our website soon. It's in the works. I hope it gets done soon. I've been working on it like crazy here and we'll see where it goes from there, guys. Other than that, like this video, leave us your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll take anything, guys. Follow all our profiles on Twitter. The links will be in the description down below. As always, I am your host, Kyle Masters. This has been another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, and that's it.